let's make the bracelet from our Ultimate Jewel Loom Starter Kit. So you're going to be using your original jewel loom, the metal rod, the wildfire, the hemp cord, the 6 strands of fire polished beads, and your wooden button for this project. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to insert the metal rod into our jewel loom. And I want to make sure that you remember and that you know the jewel loom is made out of a flexible plastic, okay? It's not bendable, it's flexible, and you need to repeat that. So the next thing we're gonna do is take the metal rod that comes with the jewel loom, put one end into that bottom hole. So the jewel loom and this bottom hole are closest to my body. This is my left hand and this is my right hand. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up and pop it in. Don't ever force anything, okay? If it's not going in easily, then sometimes what will happen is if I turn my loom around, funny enough, something shifts and the rod goes in easier, but don't ever force it. Okay, so again, I've turned, here's the front side of the jewel loom, okay, so you can see the metal rod. And I'm going to turn it over, and the bottom button is facing closest to my body. And again, this is my left hand, and this is my right. And I have the hemp cord in my hand. And what I like to do, let me just get a little bit more centered, is I like to make a little loop. And then I put that onto the button and tuck it really tight. And then I do another little knot. Okay. And then we're going to start the warping. So I'm going to take my left hand and I grab the jewel loom. And I'm just going to let the hemp cord lay on one of the grids. Flip that over. And then I'm going to pull it all the way to the bottom. And I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to be too worried about counting the grooves. Flip it over, wrap it around. And then since I'm using 5mm fire polish, I do believe I need to skip 1, 2, 3. That looks about right. Flip it over again. Bring the hemp cord up to the top, around that back button. Skip 3. I've done it like a million times so I can kind of just see, but you can certainly take your fingernail, take your time. Yep, that looks pretty good. Bring it down to the bottom, flip it around again, and then up to the top. And because I'm going to be doing 3 beads over, I'm going to need 4 warps. So this is going to be my 4th one, and then up, skip 3. And all the while I have been holding the tension really nice and taut so that my warps are very, see, that's what you want. You want like that strumming, okay? So I'm going to trim the excess off. And then what I could do is I could just tie these 2 tails together. The cool thing about the hemp cord, especially the 1mm that I'm using, is that it's thick enough to where when I wrapped it around that button, it like locked itself into place. It's kind of cool. Kind of takes the stress of tying a knot or losing your tension off of you. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the rod, okay? So when I remove the rod, I put my pointer finger over the top grids. These are the top grids. And I really carefully remove that rod. Again, if the rod did not want to come out, I could turn the loom around, and believe it or not, there's some sort of shift in the rod, the tightness, and it'll pop out just fine. One tip here, let me get you my tape measuring. So you can see this is the bottom. I call it like the little belly where it's been imprinted on. And then the top of the warp, actually, let's see if I can do it better this way, should never be more than 2 inches. Okay, so you see how from the center belly of the jewel loom to the top of that warp, it's only 2 inches. Don't ever pull your loom your warp thread so tight that your loom is crunched up. Remember, it's flexible, not a bendable plastic. So you really have to repeat that to yourself and you'll be just fine. Okay, then we're gonna start the wefts, the weaves, the fun part. Okay, so our jewel loom is warped and ready to go. I'm using Wildfire Green that comes in the kit, and I've already threaded my jewel loom needle. So I'm going to put that to the side, and there's a couple different ways that we can start. You can tie the end of your Wildfire to the side over here, the very far left side. So again, left hand, right hand, loom is in front of my body. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to come under the warp and I'm going to pick up, so I've got 2 strands of this particular color in the kit. The kits kind of change from time to time, but I like to keep them fresh. And, you know, if I get a good deal, that allows me to share it with you. So I'm just going to pop those up and I'm going to go back through, up and over. Make sure you don't pierce the hemp cord. And then you're just going to pull the Wildfire. And so without doing a knot or anything, I've started my project. So again, I'm going to come under the warps, transfer the needle to my right hand. And this time, let's pick up one of these lusters, shiny guy. And we're just letting those drop. And then we're going to, with our pointer finger, we let them rest. And then we take the needle and we're going back through the holes on the top, again making sure that we are on top of the warp. If you're not on top of the warp and you pull through, the bead will drop. So again, now when you have focus and you just want to get these done, you can do them very quickly. Again, under, and so the most time consuming thing is probably figuring out what bead you want to pick. And honestly, I think this bracelet's going to look gorgeous no matter how you pick up the beads. There are 4 different colors. And so again, just popping them up. Needle is going through, up and over the warp, and all the way out. And then you want to give it a nice little tug, but not too tight, because you don't want to distort the shape of your warps. But you also want to make sure that there's not a loop of thread that you haven't pulled tight enough, and then it's just kind of impossible to go back and fix that. So really pay attention. I can already tell that this bracelet is going to be unbelievably gorgeous. Okay, let's see. You know what, let's just, I told you this is the hardest part, which bead to pick up. They're just all so pretty. My goodness. Okay, so letting them fall, popping them up in between the warp threads, taking the needle up and over the warps and all the way out. And so you're just going to continue this in motion and this little dance, as I like to call it, until you have the length, the desired length of your project. I'm going to do one more row with you, and then I will finish my length, and we'll come back and we'll take it off the loom. So let's one more time. Those beads have fallen to the bottom. You want to pop them up in between the warp threads. And then we're going to take the needle and we're going through that bead up and over the hemp cord and all the way out. Okay, and honestly, I feel like somebody just said, do it again. I'm gonna do it again. All right, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Let the beads fall. Help guide the Wildfire because you're working with almost 2 yards. Don't get that tail in the way there. All right, pop them up in between the warp threads. You can almost hear them popping up and in between. Take the needle and we're going back through the hole, up and over the warps. And yeah, don't ever force it. Just be, if you have to kind of go in at a slight angle, that's not a deal breaker. You'll just straighten out your beads like I'm about to here. Okay, guide that little ribbon, give it a little tug, and then scooch. And let's take a look. Oh my goodness, this bracelet is just going to be gorgeous. All right, I'm going to finish my length for my size wrist, and we could talk about that. And then we'll take it off the loom. So I finished my bracelet, and one of the things that I like to do at the very end is I like to take my needle and thread and go back through that last row. And as long as I get under a couple of the warps, yep, and I did, and that works out good. It's just like a little extra way for me to feel good about securing the thread. And so I'm going to go back through on the top, and then I can bring that needle and thread. Well, it looks like that's what we're going to do. So I came out of that second, well, let's see, to my left, the first and second bead, and then I'm just going to grab the warp. Oops, a little tight in there. And I'm just making a little knot. It's really kind of hard to see because the wildfire is so, there we go, so light colored. And then I'll just take my needle and I'll push it through the back so that, whoops, so that I can take my wildfire burner and then just do a little singe of the excess wildfire. So I'm going to cut this off as close as I can, and then I'll go back in with the wildfire burner as I mentioned. By the way, look at all the leftover beads. I mean, you can still make plenty of earrings if you wanted to, or perhaps just a single-stranded bracelet. So lots of options. Still have some good stuff left over. I'm going to put the needle over here to the side, get the bead mat out of the way, and the same thing here. Whoops. I think what I'll do is I'm just going to come under. I could put a needle on here and thread it through. I certainly could do that too. But what I'm going to do for right now is I just made a tiny little knot, and then the same thing, I'll come in with my wildfire burner and just singe that enough to where there's like a little bit of a knot. So we'll just trim that. And then we're going to turn it over and we're going to cut. Now, what I like to do is I like to cup the bracelet in my hand, and then I kind of move my fingers around and I put my thumb on the top there, because when I cut all of these, the loom is going to release the tension, and I don't want those glass beads to, you know, pound on the mat there. Oh my heck. Okay, so beautiful. Now what we're going to do is add the button. I chose in this case not to color my button, although I could go back and do it. I kind of want like a natural look, so I'm going to leave it in its Baltic birch state. I'm going to take the two warps, and ooh, those are going to give me grief. Let's trim that. And I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to do like a little slip knot, and I want that knot to get as close to the beads as possible. So I just walk it down. I'm pinching, I'm pulling very carefully because I don't want to distort the warps. So it's just a process of patience, and just take your time. Okay, and then we're pushing this down, and again, awesome. Okay, and so what I'll do is I'm going to use the shorter of the warps to come through the back side of the button. And sometimes what I do is I go back through the button, but because this is 1 millimeter, it gets a little tight to take these two and put them through that hole, and then take these two and go through there. So what I'm going to do with this bracelet for now is I'm going to tie. Okay, and then I'll just do like another knot. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to make our loop for our button to go into. And let me just speak to the length because, so I have a 6-inch wrist. So I made my beaded piece 6 inches long. You can always play around with what, let me cut this. I've got a little loop here that wants to give me a little grief. I got to figure out where it's coming from. So I'm just kind of back out of that slip really quick. Okay, let's see what's happening. Take it a little bit slower, Jules. There we go. Awesome. And then let's just go ahead and cut this one too. So what I was saying is, you know, this is 6 inches long. I have a 6-inch wrist. It just depends on like how loose you want your bracelet to be, how tight you want it to be. This one, I kind of like mine to have a little looseness, so the button and the closure usually add like another 1/2 inch to 1 inch. All right, and then I want to put this on, and I just kind of want to eyeball like how big does that loop need to be. So kind of feel like it's going to be up in this area. So I'm just grabbing all the warps very carefully, and now I'm just going to walk out a little entry, a little loop there for my button, squeezing, pulling. You can even take 1 warp at a time. Okay, and then get that all into place, and then I'm going to trim these a little bit. I can go back and fix that. And then, oh, perfect. Okay, so look at that. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness. Look at the sparkle. So absolutely gorgeous. All right. Can't wait to see yours. These are really fun and simple. It's a great way to get started with looming. 1 single whole bead, a little bit larger. Again, these are 5mm. They come in the Ultimate Jewel Loom Starter Kit.